Okay, welcome everybody to the open Zoom. Here we are again. So
Yes.
yeah, what a joy. So there was yesterday, there was a driving from home from work, and then suddenly there was just this interest to do a talk. I didn't see it coming, just boom, bang, there it was. The interest to do a talk. And I was, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do a talk. It's been 2 weeks ago or whatever, maybe not, maybe a week, I don't know. So there was just this interest arising. And yeah, it's just what's happening, right? Like the absence of the interest to do a talk. So it was funny. Last Tuesday, there was, oh God, it's Tuesday. Ah, oh, it's so nice to not do a talk. I can watch Netflix and, I don't have to see all those people, although I like them. I'm curious. No, I'm joking.
You're a liar.
Yeah, well, lying is it too, you
Yeah,
know?
of course. Of
You
course
know?
it is.
No, but it's all just innocently what's happening, right? Certain interests may just simply arise and then they simply dissolve, but there's no separated owner of any interest or a doer of interest. Those interests are just popping up and dissolving. Hey, Tony, Michael, brother. So it's just everybody starts waving. That's good.
It's just waving hands.
So there was just interest, yeah, and then I sent the link to Guylaine and Constance, Tony and Tatu, new guy on the open Zoom. So yeah, just simply the directness of whatever is happening, having the interest to do an open Zoom meeting again and to see you guys and to hear what's happening. Just simply this already. And well, some seem to call this aliveness or energy or God or what do we have more? Brahman, Atman, Paratman, Shiva. It's just that's just simply whatever is happening, life, so to say, and there's no one separated as a you and life. At the same time, thinking or feeling there is equally just this, just what is. Um, yeah, and I want to start. I saw a nice post of Michael today, and it's actually quite. Michael, you have to correct me if I'm not saying it right, but it's like so. French toast and cancer are not the same, and at the same time, it's completely this already.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael, you want to add something to it?
Well, there are differences.
Oh yeah,
Yes is yes, and no is no. They're not the same, and
yeah,
yet they're all this.
yeah, and probably you're more attracted to a French toast than to cancer, and that's just also innocently this. I mean, probably you're not going to eat cancer, but a French toast now and then will be nice, and at the same time, it's just innocently this already. As is the liking the toast and the disliking of cancer. It's just what's happening. It's just simply naturally already this, just the directness of what is happening. And the liking and the not liking are not done. There's no one owning the liking or the disliking of one or the other. I mean, there's not actually a one and the other, but yeah, beautiful. I love the post, Michael.
Thanks, brother.
Anyone feeling something to say? No, I think it's there is just difference. It's something else, you know. It's French toast is definitely something else. I mean, yes, also that is just this, thinking that French toast is something else is equally just this. Just what is. Tony, you're looking in the sky. Is there an answer there, or I'm curious. What I see you looking up.
I'm thinking about this.
You're thinking about this.
About this. And it's this. Thinking about this is also this.
Oh yeah.
It's not escape.
It's not something else, right? Thinking about this. Thinking about this is just this. Or thinking about something else is even just this. It's just what's happening. Or what seems to be happening, so to say. I don't want to, you know, or what is believed to be happening, or what is felt to be happening, or what is thought to be happening. It's all just already whatever it is, or how it seems like, or as far as one knows. Hey, Patricia, nice to see you tonight again. So, Guylaine, sweetheart, I was wondering what's up there in Canada.
I don't know. I don't feel like I live in Canada, neither in Quebec. I don't know exactly. It's not like the body is not there, but I'm not even interested to know what's going on
Great,
in the
yes.
country, or so it doesn't matter. But I was thinking about the cancer. I have seen the post too, and there's not even a way, while reading, cancer and the word French toast, to know what it is. It's like war. It's not the same that a soldier having a gun and in the boots and in on the ground. War doesn't even approach what is apparently lived by the soldier. It's a generic. The war that we see on television has nothing to do with what is lived, like when you have your boots on the ground. So yeah, and that's about it. I don't know. I don't know what it feels like, but cancer or anything else that will, damage the body is damaged each and every moment in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. But there is no one in the body.
Yes.
This is the big thing about all of this,
Yes. Beautiful. Yeah.
Even the energy, you are, I suppose, just a story. You go to war, you are the man in the front line. It has nothing to do with ideas. It's just this right now, and it is everything that's going on. It's nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, standing there with a gun in the front line is just completely standing there with a gun in the front line, and it's,
Yes. It has nothing to do with politics or anything else. It's just bluntly what it is.
yes,
Blunt? I don't know.
bluntly what it is.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
Directly this rawness, standing there with a gun.
Yeah.
to defend or whatever is happening there, so to say. Yeah.
And also, I was very touched with the conversation between Michael and Chris. I really like the video. Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I must admit that I never watched videos, including my so-called own videos or other videos. There's just simply no interest. But I've been talking. I think Chris and me, we also talked like 3-4 times. Yeah, it's beautiful, you know. Although I saw 2 minutes of the film, you know, when I was seeking on the channel of Michael, so it started playing automatically, and I loved it, and I thought, well, that's it, you know, and then I put love on it, on her heart or whatever, probably be a comment, and that
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
The
I
thing,
was very interested.
yeah, there's an open, you know, that so there's just, I mean, then again, interest, you know, for watching something or not. It's all just
Mm.
simply what it is, and but here there seems to be a love for openness and directness, and I told Chris actually yesterday. Did we do a talk yesterday? Or was the day before? No, day before. Sunday, right? Yeah. So I said I like the openness, you know. I like, you know, when there's just when somebody's just saying, well, this is going on here, you know. I think you're an asshole, or I feel that I'm an asshole, or whatever comes up, you know. Yeah, that's it. It's, you know, that's just the standing in front of the with the gun there. Just the pureness, the rawness, the directness of whatever's happening. And of course, not being direct and lying or is also directly this. I mean, it's always just,
Yeah.
but here's the, you know, just
It depends how fast you want to drown the baby. Sometimes it need to take a few last breath. And I'm kind of a maternal, you know, I'm still like, um, you know, the stuckness sometimes it's so painful, and in
yeah,
a way, even though it has nothing to do with anything. When you're young, there's a there's a will to try things before, you know, just drowning the baby and just let go.
yeah,
So sometimes you need a fresh air, a bit of space to try. Nobody tries anything but to try this, to try to have a relationship, to try to anything, career,
yes,
because it is so free. So sometimes I think that it doesn't matter if something is tried and loved and deceive you at the end and everything. It doesn't matter. It's free to try a lots of things, and and I guess that sometimes, but because it only happens when it happens. One need to live, kind of, even though nobody lives here. It's only energy. I don't know.
well, Michael, you used to say, well, you know, try everything, you know, try everything,
Yes.
you know. There's no, you know, I mean, although there's no separated doer of the trying, there's just trying, you know. Just
And
so
there's a lot
a
of
body try, you know, just a body, physical shape, so to say, apparently trying all types of things, you know, from jumping out of a plane to marrying is a child, is love of his life, you know, try everything. It does, in the end,
Everything.
it doesn't matter. It's already just simply whatever it is.
But nobody can tell you nothing works. If there's still trying to make things work, there's going to be trying to make something
Yeah,
work.
yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So in a way, we could say this has to be seen for oneself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I think that experiment things, there's a lot of clarity that can come out of it. There's a lot of clarity. Yeah. Even though it's not done by anyone.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Oh, there's no
Mhm.
separated doer to find, you know, there's just doing different things, so to say. Seemingly different things.
Mm.
You know, yeah, what a beauty.
Yeah.
And, you know, there may be a sense where I'm stuck, you know, I don't know what to do now in this so-called moment. And yeah,
Yeah.
I have no clue. That's it too.
Because it has nothing to offer. So you have to be in, I kind of, if it's there to go on the playground and play soccer and then badminton and then something else. It's just, it doesn't lead anywhere, but being like kind of stuck and trying to obtain a non-duality, no one, something, just make your apparent life on standby. You need some fresh air and fuck off, you know? It's important, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a high level of English, sorry.
Oh yeah, you know, everyone gets this one.
Yeah, that's universal.
It says it all.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, you want to say something there, Chris?
I was just gonna say I really enjoy your videos. How do I say Guylaine?
Yes, Guylaine. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Which one? Because they are almost
Oh yeah.
all in French and a few in
Oh yeah.
English, and it's
Because I can't understand like, but there still
yeah.
seems to
Okay.
be
Yeah.
in the so there's a lot of trying to get this and trying to still, and a lot of trying to understand, and listening to the words and trying to understand the concepts. So
Yeah, it's really, it deprives you of anything. There's only just this energy here now. It's unique, never been like that, and but as long as we kind of are human beings, and if I go to the grocery store, I am an individual paying the grocery and with my mom and dad and everything. I know this obsession though, and but sometimes just mundane things for a while. I don't know. Not getting stuck. You're too young. So too much energy can go through, and life is doing itself, and it's showing everything that needs to be known. Sometimes softly, and most of the time very harshly. So there's no point to search for the answers or to search for something. It's already given.
yeah, it really feel lately that this character here is broken, and there's been a lot of self-criticism and coming up, and yeah, I mean, a lot of thoughts of critical thoughts, especially like when I'm in these meetings or speaking in these meetings, even when I'm speaking with Sander or Michael, there'll be a lot of thoughts of going back and thinking about like what was said and being critical of even what was said, and but yeah, that's coming up a lot here lately, and I don't know why there's such a willingness to expose that and
Mhm.
be completely
That's
open.
fine.
Yeah,
You cannot do otherwise. That's fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. And this voice is Eckhart Tolle talk about that. Something, so you can take some piece of, this voice is the tyrant inside. It's not you. It's just part of like this energy of separateness and critical oneself.
Yeah,
It's unachievable to be the best person ever. It's unachievable. And this voice is not our friend. It's not. It doesn't matter. It was beautiful. I enjoyed hearing from you and Michael. So
Yeah,
this is authenticity. Authenticity, it's the best.
yeah, exactly. And Chris, most so-called people here on this Zoom in one way can relate to self-criticism in one way or another way, and there's already no separated self behind the self-criticism. There's no one doing it. The self-criticism is already depleted of a separated self doing this, being self-critical. It's just what's happening innocently. There's no one behind it doing it. It's already selfless in a way. Self-criticism is already selfless, you-less. It's just what's happening, being critical, thinking, why in the hell did I say that? Or why can I not reach it? It's so simple. Oh my God, everyone gets it, but I don't get it. I'm a loser. This is already selfless. There's already no one behind it. It's just falling out of the sky, so to say. And
Yeah.
there's no one owning criticism already.
It's a make-believe mechanism that tries to serve something that doesn't exist. It's a make-believe I'm an individual, so this is the voice, believe the voice. It's auto-generated. No one is behind that. It works like that until it just.
Does it seem to just kind of, once something is exposed or comes up or arises, it seems like there's just some point where an acceptance of it comes, and then and other things that some things it's really hard to come to that. I know there's no one doing it, but yeah, I mean that just kind of seems to be happening here. There's just a lot arising, and just kind of I don't know, an understanding that it just has to be allowed to be here, and accept, and an acceptance has to fall over it.
Exactly, fall over it.
Yeah.
And this falling.
It's not the personal acceptance.
Yeah.
It's only the fact. It's the fact. It's like laser. There's nothing one can do. There's no one. So it's like the apple on the tree, and there is insect, and they bite. What the apple can do about that? It's just, and then it falls.
It doesn't come ever come as quickly as you want it to.
No.
Well,
and in the end, there is no time. So it's just like, so that's why I say living kind of as a person for apparently a while, it's good because it's the biting of the insect on the apple, and then it can't be forced.
Either the biting will drop or the apple will rot.
Yeah. And here would say, go ahead and try and force it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I listened to a young lady, a girl, I don't know, and she said, "Okay, try to be an individual. Go for it. Go for it. Be an individual." Yeah.
I think
How
there's
do I do that?
I think a learning here to not do that. Like there's to not force it, or yeah, I think I've been punished enough.
Yeah, even that may arise, you know, idea that, well, shit, the punishment, you know, it has to be enough now, by now, you know. God damn, when is it stopping? Now, when will it end? Is it not enough already?
Hmm.
Yeah. And this insects will either stop or the apple will drop. I mean, either way, it's just still already just what is. And one day, you know, there's an acceptance, Chris, and the other day there's no acceptance. There's just rebellion and not liking, and you know, equally empty, I would say. There's no one doing the accepting or the lack of it. And at the same time, trying to accept it is already as empty as the absence of it. Tatu, you want to share something? I've never seen you, so you sent a message, right? Was it on the email? You said, can I join this Zoom thing? And then I sent you the link, right? So you want to share something there, maybe, or maybe not?
Yeah, I watched your conversations on YouTube, and then there was the impulse to send you a message and see if it's possible to join these gatherings.
Great, yeah. So this impulse, it just arose.
Yeah, that's what seemed to happen, and yeah, I've been watching. Well, there's been like seeking for. There was this seeking episode of maybe 8 years, and lots of non-dual window shopping going on, and there's like familiarity with all the offerings on the table, and then at some point I came across the so-called uncompromising message, and it seems to click.
Yeah. It seems to click like you know, I talked about this with Michael. There seems to be all these types of expressions, you know, like resonating, and it seems to resonate. So now we have a new one. It seems to click.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, beautiful. That's it. Like finding a music channel, right? Like hearing a song and then I like the groove to this. Just innocently what's happening.
Yeah, a bit like that. I actually like the I don't remember the guy's name, but there's a YouTube channel with non-dual remixes.
Chillwell, Jerry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Rose and I, we tried to get him on the show a couple of times, but he said he loves making these music mixes, but he's not the type who wants to go in a meeting. So yeah, great. Yeah, I like him also. I like the tunes he creates. So Jerry, if you hear this, keep up the non-duality tunes. Where you from, Tattoo? Is it the accent? Is it Finnish?
Yeah, it's Finnish.
Yeah, I was.
You seem to know accents very well.
Well, we're neighbors,
Yeah.
so to say. Yeah, great. Rose.
Mark is also from Scandinavia.
Mark, yeah, he's from Mark. He's from Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Denmark. He's writing in the comments. Yeah, his camera has a lack of internet, so he's not.
Yeah, it's not the best. My
We love to see you
is it okay? The sound?
face, Mark. There he is.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I talked with Chris today as well. We had a chat for like an hour. That was fun.
You talked with Chris today?
After I saw the video. Yeah, we talked after I saw the video with Michael. So that was yeah.
Great.
Yeah, nice chat.
Hey, Chris, are you doing some other stuff in the meanwhile? You're like done.
Yeah, I'm working at the same time.
Whoa, multitasking, yeah. Rosa, you want to share something? You're looking at is it your boyfriend there on the phone, which is so attractive? Yeah. I was guessing, yeah. You have your face in your phone.
No, sweetheart, no. This is simply a beautiful, innocent report over there, guessing that this is my boyfriend on the phone, but it's not. It's always just a monologue. No, I love it here. I'm happy that you again boom out. I simply love the atmosphere for no reason, just so chilled, easygoing. Love it.
Well, that's the reason. Whoa. For no reason. Then you start calling all types of reasons.
Well, this is it too. It doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah.
For
I
no
can flip the
reason.
coin as often I want, sweetheart. You're not going to stop me. Edge. Boom. I love ya.
I like it when you say for no reason, then suddenly you say it's chilling and it's this and it's that. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so natural. I mean, we don't have to, I mean, there seems to be reason to join, The reasons are just for none, there's no one owning this reason and there's no one doing the reason. The reason to show up here is just, it can be because it's funny or there's an interest to hear other speakers. The so-called reason here to do this is I enjoy just listening to Guylaine and Chris and Rosa and all of you guys. That's the reason. But there's no one here owning that reason. It's not the reason, it's not my reason. No, it's just simply a reason, it's not owned by me, it's not done by me. There's no one separated owning the reason to do this, nor is there's a separated someone doing this. So yeah. Reasons to, the reason I like bananas is because I think I like them because of the taste. They make me feel good or whatever, it's just naturally whatever is happening. Reasons, to like something or to not like something is just this already. There's just no one having a reason or having no reason as a separated owner.
I'm thinking about having a reason or trying hard to be an individual, you know, trying to be a me. Wow. How does it work? No, trying to have an opinion or to take a decision. How does it work? We may wait for the momentum to, well, it's weird. But in the other hand, it's not so important. Let's say that this character, let's call me, but behind this, there's nothing that's very clear. He's not owner, but let's pretend. We used to do, everybody used to pretend that there's a me taking decisions and having opinions. It's daring, really. How does it work? It's weird and amazing at the same time, and nothing happens. That's very strange.
It's like the post that you have on with the chicken, and you
Exactly the same.
It was so funny.
So lovely, so lovely. Like everybody, like us, so to speak. No, pretending to have serious convictions. No, and very determined, acting, doing things.
So natural. Yeah. It's so natural, right?
Yes.
There's nothing fancy about it.
It's natural and strange. Everything is strange and natural, and because it's not dual, no? The opposites in this case, strange and not strange, are not two. That happens with all the opposites. Then when we speak, we pretend we understand each other, but we really don't.
Well,
doesn't matter.
you know, I mean, we can say there is an understanding.
We can say.
Right? When I say yes, there's an understanding which yes means, and when I say no, there's an understanding what no means. It's just simply we don't have to, you know, go in absolute statements and saying there's nothing happening and there's no understanding. At the same time, you know what is 30 dineros or dollars instead of $20. So there is an understanding and there is a knowing. There's just, you know, there's no separated knower, so to say, but there seems to be a knowing. There seems to be an understanding, at least that's...
Yes, it seems. And sometimes it seems that these statements sounds true, but it only seems.
Because when one is claiming there's no understanding, so that's basically just another understanding that there is something which is not an understanding.
Yes, saying that is not an understanding is not more true than saying that there's an understanding.
Exactly. Yeah, it's both. Yeah. So there is an understanding and there isn't an understanding, so to say, equally. You know, we see a lot, you know, there's a lot of flipping coins in non-duality dream fantasy life. You know, from me, there's suddenly no me. From things happening, there's nothing happening. It's you know, it's funny because it's just another absolute statement. You know, who is there to make such a bold claim that nothing is happening? I mean, yeah.
No, nothing is happening is contrasting or balancing that something is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need the time and space to say that something is happening. It's a construct. It seems to happen, but you need time and space for a happening to happening to happen. So yes, yes and no.
Yes and
Yeah.
no. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
all
Because
one can say.
there's no time. There's no time. But at the same time, there's an after and a before. No. The other day you are speaking about the seed that after blooms. No. And the seed must die in order to blossom. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But there's no time. And the seed growing up, being born, and dying is happening now. Is this?
Mhm.
No, doesn't need a time, a linear sequence. Is simultaneously happening.
Yeah, there's no time and space, and at the same time, there's a time and space for everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
showing up at 8 o'clock and claiming there's no time is this too. So, you know,
It yeah. You have to frame life. You have to frame life and get all in the same. You know, all agree. It's an agreement of something that's just made up, but it's kind of work. But it's only this now. But
yes.
yeah. Mm.
So you will never you will never find yesterday. At the same time, you know, saying that you were yesterday visiting your son or your mother or your boyfriend is this too. But you cannot find it. You cannot find the future.
It's only the story of me that. So that's why the me is not that much a problem.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a construct that all we agree with, all of almost, and it's try to box what apparently happens to make it real. If there is a bad sensation in the body, there's a need of an explanation, but there's no explanation for real. But for the individual to keep it solid and real, you have to give explanation to everything, time, space, and everything.
Yeah.
It's like play a game card. You have to agree on what are the rules, and everybody plays with the cards.
It's just practical, not more or not less.
Yeah, exactly. Practical.
What the hell are you doing, Rosa?
You must have Alex.
Sweetheart. I love it, Ghislaine. I love what you said. Lovely. I'm just relaxing my eye. You know, it's booming today, so I need a bit relaxation. Lovely, Ghislaine. Beautiful. Well, that's the game. What a beauty. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong, nothing right. Simply
Yeah.
a game, innocent.
Yeah.
Innocence at
Yeah.
play. Full on. Full on. Love it.
Yeah. So there's no refusal. If you need to improve health, you know, by walking and the body can improve and everything. It's not about anybody, but there's a willingness to do these things, and then no, it's not there or it's there. It's not an absolute, but it can be apparently helpful.
Oh yeah, you know, as is becoming a, you know, a more loving person, a better person, a nicer person, a sweeter person for your children or for your parents is already impersonally this. It just, you know, it's just what's happening, you know, the need to become more loving or a nicer person is already impersonal. It has nothing to do with a separated you, you know, and wanting
No.
to, you know, wanting to become fit by walking is just this, you know, it's
Mm.
just what's happening. It has nothing to do with
But
you.
yeah. And sometimes it's all happening by itself, but sometimes individuals take the separate message to say, well, I won't do anything and I will
Yeah.
just drink all day, all night and everything. But it's not a real problem. But, you know, it's like taking something literally and it's not what it says.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and it will, you know, it's funny because in non-duality, there are these statements, well, there's no end, but you know, this will end, you know, it simply will end. It will not end for
It's
anyone.
already ending.
Yeah,
It's already
it's
ending.
already ending. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it will not end for anyone separated, you know? So seeking or not seeking, or it will drop, but you know, in the so-called end, it will drop anyway. So what's the big fuss, you know?
Yeah.
It will
And sometimes it
collapse
has
sooner
to
or
go
later.
all the way, you know, seeking, 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 seeking. Try this, try that, try this, try that. Okay. You know, it never ends and then exhaustion and but it's nobody's exhaustion. This is kind of unfair.
It's no
But
one's
you
exhaustion,
can
yes.
it's no one's exhaustion and no one's suffering and no one pains and it's just really bluntly what it is.
Yes.
Good and bad and ugly and everything.
Just the man on the front line.
Yep. Needed to kill another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constance, you're sitting a long way back from the camera. What's up, Constance?
Oh, so way more like not really. I'm not sure if I understood what Tony, were you saying that it's hard to know what a me is? Is that what you were saying? It's hard.
Let's put some words. No, I was thinking on trying to be an individual, no, trying to be a me, because this is a good way to realize that you find anything, no? But at the same time, there's something working on, let's say, a character, no, a body. It's not problem to say that this is a me, but obviously behind this, there's anybody, there's nothing.
Yeah, and here, this doesn't see it that way, but that's just what's happening. There's an understanding, there's a conceptual understanding of all of this. It's just not seeing it, I guess, the way that you or Sander, Rosa, or Michael actually, or Ghislaine, you know, how you actually see it. There's definitely like the sense of a me here. So it's like I listen, I'm listening, and there's an understanding, but you know, and I guess it's what Sander says, even that is this appearing as a me.
Yeah, it's not so important. I used to say that there were something here going on that was kind of me, but one day I decided not to say this anymore because what's this?
Oh,
But
Beautiful, Tony, beautiful.
Doesn't matter.
This interest in a way to say that there is a sense of me and not may drop simply, Connie, you know? It may simply become completely without any interest.
Yes.
For no reason. It simply drops. It's who cares? Who cares? You know?
I understand that. I totally like understand, but I don't I get it, but I don't get it. I
Yeah,
don't
beautiful. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Boom.
That's it. That's it, Constance.
That's,
Well, it's never something
and you
else.
know, Constance,
Caring for
um,
it is it too, you know, caring for it to stop is it too, you know, caring for it to change, Chris, Constance, is it too? I mean,
Yeah, I think I relate more to Chris.
well,
Because- like on the interview with Michael, I was like listening to Chris going, yeah, Chris, yeah.
well, maybe there's a
but
similarity,
Constance,
you know. Yeah.
have you ever said that you will do something and never did it, or you never do something and finally did it? And you know, it's not substantial.
Yes.
You're not deciding. You think you will never do something, and then
Right. There's a complete understanding of that. There is.
yeah. But
We-
it's just felt like there is something here, and it's only sensations.
right.
The mind is just qualifies, you know, qualifies the sensation and make assumption about them.
And I
But
guess
they
that
all come by themselves. It's all
right.
happening.
It's like you're saying, when the worm is eating, it'll just happen and happen and happen until it doesn't happen anymore. And it's like a mystery. Nobody really knows if this will continue on till it doesn't, or nobody knows that. No, there's no way of knowing that. Is that
Yes.
Well,
what?
in the end, it will stop.
Even if it
Already
seems,
not happening though.
even if it seems that is keeping on following happening, even if it seems, doesn't matter. But this has not substance, has not proof. Well,
Yeah.
keep on pretending, keep on wanting to be something that's not. And
Who-
what?
but
And what?
then this question comes up: who would be doing that?
Ah, that's the
It's
question.
happening by itself. Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
There's no one doing anything, including saying there's no one doing anything, or believing that there's no one doing anything, or the opposite. So believing that someone is doing this or not, that belief itself is already not done by someone separated.
Yeah.
Beliefs are not owned or done by someone, nor by no one.
Connie, can you see the beauty in this?
I totally see the beauty in it. I just don't. It's just not.
It's
just
a joke. It's a game. It's a game.
I don't know if experience is the right word. That's probably not the right word, but
It's not the
yeah.
wrong word either.
Yeah.
There are no wrong words or right words. You can perfectly say, I don't experience it like this. There, you know, that's just what is. There's just experiencing or the lack of it, but there's no separated experiencer. There's just
Yeah.
experiencing or not, but there is no separated someone in that body doing it or doing it not.
Yeah. And that and it just and like you said, it'll either drop away or it won't. And that's just what it is.
So Constance, so would you say at this moment there's a sense of waiting for something to happen?
Yeah, I think there's an expectation that something, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Michael.
That's it. This expectation is equally innocently there. There's no one doing that expectation. There's
Yeah.
no one owning the expectation, and thus that expectation may just simply not arise tomorrow or in 5 minutes or in an hour, or it will continue to linger on for weeks, years, or pop up or pop out or arise or dissolve. But there's simply, no one is owning that expectation, no one is having the expectation, no one is doing the expectation. It's just
Mhm.
just what is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already not yours.
Yeah.
It's like the
And
porridge.
even this conversation is so fast. Who's behind these answers? And you know,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's no one that can
No.
arrive to say that it's only said, yeah, and it goes on and it goes on. There's no one behind.
Yeah.
You see how
Beautiful.
quick that was? The comment from Guylaine. So there's not a moment where in the body there's a dialogue going on. I'm now going to say it's so fast. It's blah, 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 blah. No, it's just coming out. Blah, 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 blah. So there's not someone before it. You know, and now I'm going to say this and this and that. No, it's just now I'm going to say this and this and that. It's empty. There's no one doing it. There's no one here inside pushing out the words or forming them and throwing them out. It just falls out of the mouth, so to say. You know, there's no one in here. If I open up, you don't see anyone there, like a little sander throwing out the words, you know, calculating what is going to be said.
Well, I see a little Zander over there throwing out the words and calculating. I do.
Okay, I know.
Mwah. I love you, sweetheart.
So yeah, I love you too, Rosalind. So I love everyone. That's just how it plays here. So there's just, you know, whatever's expectations, you know, it all just tumbles down, you know, it's expectations, wants, needs, likes, dislikes. It's so innocence in the sense that there's no one behind it as something or owner or doer. It's like the porridge, you know, waking up, you know, having a certain type of porridge, you know, which was very loved here, and what I loved it every day. I took it me on holiday, and when I was running out, I eagerly wrote a letter to the Indian company, like, oh, I cannot get the porridge, and then they sent me a box freely for a year of porridge, and then after a week, I was waking up and I didn't want to eat the porridge anymore. Now I'm left with a box of a year of porridge, but the need to eat it just disappeared overnight. And it's the
And
same.
there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
It's like when a sensation is received, one needs to take, you know, like be conscious of it and find an explanation or something, but it's all made up.
Yeah.
It's already gone. It's already done.
You know, it was not even bothered. Okay, not liking, I know interest. There was not, you know, even as wanting to find an
Questioning.
explanation may happen. Like, oh, maybe it's the tummy, or maybe it's the headache, or maybe it's, I don't know, you know, this even may happen. But in this case, there was, okay, I have no interest in the porridge. That's it, you know, innocently. But of course, making a story out of it can also innocently happen. Oh, it's probably because I eat it so much, and that's why I don't want to eat it anymore. Blah 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 blah. This may happen or not. It's the same with the seeking, you know. One day waking up and thinking, you know, or doing the meetings or not doing meetings. It's the same, you know. I have no interest doing a meeting. Oh, I have an interest doing a meeting. Oh, maybe not, maybe yes. It all just tumbles down, and the so-called, you know, there's not even a separated seer, or, you know, this so-called seeing of needs and wants is already not done by someone separated.
Yes, Rosa.
Zanderlientje is in flow. I didn't want to interrupt. So, Connie, sweetheart, what is wrong adding always little Connie and everything? What's wrong with this? It's so beautiful. I love it. I totally love it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just expressing that
Yeah.
this is what's coming up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, yes.
And it's kind of like we've talked about, like you talked about the porridge, and we talked about the books, and we talked about the
Yes.
sadhana, and the, you know, the years of, you know, getting up at 4 a.m. and
Sadhguru, for example, yes, we both did Sadhguru. You know, I was, you know, you did it. Yeah.
yeah.
Where is it
And
now? Where's the need to do yoga? You know, here was 3 years waking up a 3:15, doing sadhana for 2 hours, working 10 hours a day, and then coming home. And then one day it was just simply, fuck this, I have no interest.
Sweetheart.
You know, what the hell? Oh my God.
I
No,
have an influence.
I know it.
Yeah, you have, Gillian. You
no
definitely
more,
have
you
an
know,
influence.
no more. And where is it now, Constance? You know, it just dropped, right? It just dropped.
Gone with the wind.
Even this whole non-duality fantasy non-dual bullshit may just simply drop, you know. Ah, shit, yeah, it was so nice with these characters. Never no more, you know.
Yeah.
Never no more. I go play tennis, or I do knitting, you know, or whatever, you know, or partly, you know, for half a year, no interest, and then suddenly, how is it with all those people? Let's connect again, or how was it again? It just all plays freely.
Yeah.
Going to meetings or giving meetings is just innocently this, you know. There's not even a, you know, it may just simply drop. And if it doesn't drop now, it will drop when this so-called physical system drop. I don't see any dead body showing up, you know, here at the meeting. Is there anyone dead here? I see oh, I'm not talking about me.
I'm dying.
No, I like, you know, as long as this so-called physical body is, you know, there may be seeking, or there may be longing, or there may be needs or likes or wants. There's nothing with needs, nothing wrong with needs or judgment, you know. Judgment is just innocently this already. There's no separated doing the judging, you know. Judging a certain type of character is innocently this. It's natural.
Yeah.
A
And
lot of,
it's sort of, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, brother. Take
I was just gonna say, like Constance, what did you do to get the flu? Right? You've had the flu before, right? So, you know, or Chris, you know, you didn't do anything to get the flu. So the sense of waiting for something to happen is like getting the flu. It just shows up. Ah, I feel like this isn't it. But then the flu suddenly just, oh, I'm not sick anymore. It's almost noticed. It's the same with this. Suddenly that sense of waiting that seems so important, that there seemed to be something to get, can just
resolve.
I hear it seems, so if I hang out with a bunch of people with the flu, I'm much more likely to get it.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, natural, of course. When I hang with millionaires, probably they teach me how I can earn a buck, you know, or two. You know, maybe it will rub off on me. When I kiss the guru's feet, maybe I also feel enlightened. You know, it's so natural to hang around, you know, to, yeah, it's nothing wrong, Chris. I like it, you know, that's it, of course. Why, you know, that's natural. Try it, of course. Try it. Maybe it will work. Yeah. That's also natural, you know, to 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 throw fishing lines, you know. How much more fishing line, the more, you know, more chance you will catch something. It's the same with this, you know, going to meetings. Then probably it's so innocent to think, well, maybe in the end or at some point I also will get this. Well, that whole idea is already just this.
I
Right?
can
You
only
will get it.
see I can only see the perfection in whatever is happening. Every idea, every thought, whatever, every movement, it's perfect.
and even the not liking the moment is perfection already.
Yeah. Simple.
It's like having a baby, you know. If you, it's not likable in the process, I guess, when it's time to go, and that's it. There's nothing. It's uh, there's nothing one can do to prevent the flu, or you know,
Or getting born.
to prevent anything. yeah, to being there apparently, or
Who was there, you know, to said to keep the arms like this? I don't want, you know, it was already innocent from the beginning.
yeah,
You know?
and it has to go. You know, it's inevitable. Everything is inevitable. That's
Yeah.
beautiful too.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. Even
Yeah.
trying to do something, it's inevitable. To be addicted to something, it's inevitable up until it vanished
Yeah.
all by itself.
Even trying to prevent is inevitable.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. Yes.
But once you're pregnant, you know, in the end, I suppose there's
No
really
escape.
nothing you can, no escape. You can try not to be pregnant, but I guess.
Yeah, you can even try to get rid of the baby and it will help, you know, but it's
Yeah,
innocently this already. It's all innocence. The birth of the physical body, so to say, it's innocent. The death, the dissolving of this flesh, so to say, it's all just innocence. There's no one doing that, no one doing birth as a separated you, doing getting born, doing that. The flesh just start to rotten. Yeah. Maybe smells bad, that's it too.
the flu of individuality is more contagious because it's all that we know. Everybody agrees on that, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
it
knowing.
functions
The
all by
knowing.
itself. Yeah, it's an
That's
energy that functions all by itself. But
yeah, totally naturally happening. The knowing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, beautiful. The identification with the thoughts. It's beautiful. It's perfection. Nothing wrong with
yeah.
this.
It's just binding a bit. An illusion, like you expect to do something about something, like not being pregnant, that while you are pregnant, not giving the baby life while it's impossible to avoid. The separate self seems to think that it can avoid and choose and pick and choose and everything. So that's the energy that's very uncomfortable. Enjoyment is kind of easy.
Having
No,
the idea that I have the choice is very uncomfortable.
yeah,
Well, and it
yeah,
can be very comfortable to have the idea that there's you able to choose between going to work or staying in bed. You know, and choose to stay in bed
yeah,
or go to work is already innocently this. There's no one making that choice as a separated you choosing. There's just you know, a need to stay in bed popping up. And then there is
yeah,
a following up or a not following up of that need to stay in bed or to go to work. And even guilt may arise. Shit, you know, I had to be
yeah,
at work, but I want to stay at home. Shit, why I'm lazy? I have to be there, but I don't want. You know, the whole process is just innocently
yeah. But
Playing
carrying
out.
it
on,
goes to
playing
its
out.
own end, you know,
Yeah,
it auto destroys because you cannot say, I don't want like to breathe, or I don't want to be sick, or I'm do something not to, you know, it's it's totally out of an idea's control of something.
Yeah. Well, even the idea that I need to stop my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's unstoppable, but these are not serious thoughts. They say nothing about anything, you know. It's the belief in all the structure, believing, all the
it's yeah.
up until, you know, life is just coming and shows itself as it is. Ideas just don't make it.
Beautiful, Gilan. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted, you know, we're talking, me and Michael, about thoughts, you know. It's so what's the problem with thoughts, you know? If there was thoughts
No.
makes the computer, you know. Some idiot thought about the box with electronics, you know, and here we are, you know. At least as it seems, there was somebody having a thought about making something which so-called bodies can connect with each other. You know, it started with a so-called thought. You know, what's the problem with thoughts? I don't get it.
No, it's
What
not
is
a problem. It's just that thoughts are not life. It's not what is alive. It says nothing about anything. They are only thoughts. And your computer can give you 2 plus 2 equal 5. It sometimes happens. And if you do a search and what is this or that, they will say a constructed this or that, and you take it or not, but it's never as it's thought to be. What's going on here could not be explained really. There's
Oh, but it doesn't need to be explained either. I mean,
no, it doesn't need no.
it doesn't change
But you know,
anything.
you can have ideas like marriage is the top of the, you know, it's the top marriage. You got to get married and you're miserable.
Yeah, after 40
know,
years, you maybe think, wow, what a hell, you know? I mean, anything can happen. Maybe
yeah,
after 10 years
it,
already, you think, shit, I'm going to stay with this guy. Then you think, then there's a thought popping up. Well, maybe another guy is nice. You get another guy and you're still washing socks or dirty underwear. It's
yeah,
still
yeah,
just this.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah. It's just no absolute with the thoughts. They are fabricated, and life doesn't match the thought stream and belief and everything. It doesn't match.
No, and at the same time, you know, thoughts are just thoughts. What's the issue with it? You know, it's just a thought is like a tree. A tree is a tree. A thought is a thought. Yes is yes. No is no. You know,
Well,
a French
a
toast
thought
is
of
a
the
French
tree
toast.
and the tree is not the same thing. The thoughts is very kind of weird thing. It tries to explain what's going on, and it can't. It's useful, you know, to do the
Yeah,
dishes, to
it's a
make you.
beautiful,
It's
useful
used
tool. It's a
tool.
beautiful
Yes,
Thinking, yes,
tool,
thinking. Oh
exactly.
yeah, yeah, of course.
And this is beautiful in a way. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like a
But
hammer.
you know, to say I'm a kind person up until you're not kind, because life is not, you know, I'm like this or like that up until it doesn't work. It's not that.
Well, you know,
Life is only you.
there's no one kind or not kind. You know, there's just kindness, and
Oh
I can
yeah,
tell you
that's
here
for
that
sure.
you know here there can be.
But the thought, I am kind, it's a thought. I am kind. I'm a kind person. I will never do this or that, or, you know, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, maybe tomorrow you will
Yeah,
kill your
this
neighbor.
is a thought. Okay, I'm a good person.
Yes, but the thought is empty. It's innocent. You know, thinking you're a good person
Yeah.
until somebody tried to cut you off on the highway, and you follow the guy and
Yeah.
give him a punch in his face, and then oh, I
and
was not so
Oh,
nice.
you do that?
and the thoughts they come and go like the clouds on the sky. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like what you say. I'm a nice person, and then maybe the next day I'm not nice, and just comes and goes, and
Yeah.
no matter what.
But
Yeah.
sometimes there are consolidated, you know, something that is taken for the truth. Like,
Yeah, what a beauty. Suffering is
yeah,
it too.
yeah, this is suffering. It comes with it
Yeah.
because it says nothing about what's happening.
Well, there's no thinker. You know, there's no one doing the thoughts. There's no
No,
one separated doing the
but the
thoughts,
belief of
holding
the
the thoughts.
thinker is very strong. So
Yes.
this belief, this ownership, it's where the suffering comes from. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong or right with that, but this belief is is what is.
Yeah, and the natural drive of the body to get rid of the suffering is it too, and then resonating with this idea and this idea, trying this and this, trying to get rid of the me, of the identification with the thoughts is this too. And
Yeah,
just
and there is no me, so
crumbles.
the thought is double, you know, the thought is doubly fooling
It's one
what's
thought after the
going
other.
on. Yeah. I
Beautiful.
gotta get rid of something that doesn't exist, and I gotta do it. It's
Yeah, beautiful.
It's insane. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insanity. But there's no problem. This is what it is. But
Yeah, it's natural to put not your hand on the heat stove, and it's natural not to want to feel contracted and to try anything to get rid of this contraction. And the
Yeah.
contraction
Yeah.
is not yours, and the seeking a way out of contraction is neither yours. It's just simply this. It's just natural, you know, wanting to feel good and not wanting to feel bad is naturally this already. There's no one doing it. It's
already.
just simply what it is. Empty, depleted of a you. Whatever is happening is already me-less, you-less, senseless. It's just this.
Yeah.
Including this. Saying it's just this is just this. You cannot hold
Beautiful.
it, you cannot keep it, you cannot put it
Beautiful.
in your pocket. This
Trying to put it in your pocket is this too.
Yeah, I mean, this meeting doesn't go anywhere, you know, there's nothing, you know, it's just, and we can all say it's real or unreal, it's just this. You can think this is an illusion or not, but still it's just what is. Thinking it's an illusion or not doesn't change anything. Saying it's not real doesn't make the contracted sense of self go away. Saying there's no me doesn't change the need to find something else. You cannot get out of this with words. There's already no you in this. There's no stairs out of this. There's no door into this which you can open and get into or get out of. I never see a door, you know. If I go to a door, it's still just this. I'm not somewhere else. I'm still here. You cannot climb out of this. You cannot escape whatever is happening or not. It's already just this. Even the escaping is this.
Sweetheart, I wonder, what do you mean with there is no you already in this? Like, what do you mean by you? Do you mean the sense of a me? Or
Oh,
Do
no,
you
no,
speak
but the
to
sense
me,
of the
Russell?
me, the sense of the me can, you know, it's the sense of the me is just the sense of the me. But
and what is the you and me?
there's no you having that sense as a separated you having this. There's just a sense of a me or feeling like a me, but it's not your feeling. There's no one separated. So there's just a sense. It's just simply what's happening already. No one separated from this as something else in the body or.
Just ideas and feelings and
Well, feeling like a me is
connecting
already not yours.
dots,
Yeah.
understanding, making a story out of this or not. Yeah.
I mean, there's no one, you know, feeling like a me or the absence is already not done by a you. This feeling of contraction is not done by a separated you. So one can say there's just this, or some seem to say, well, there's just the self, or there's just this. You know, it's not uncommon to hear in non-duality or Advaita Vedanta that people say there's just the self. It's just another way for there's just this. There's no separated self from this. So some seem to say there's just the self, but there's no one being the self. There's no one owning the self. There's no one able to become the self. There's just this, or the self, or energy, or the mind, or Michael Markham seemed to say there's just the brain. It's all the brain. You can say it's all energy, or it's all God.
Or it's all bubblegum.
It's all bubblegum, but there's no one separated from this life.
Blah, 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 blah. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah, acting like a physicist too. Bloop bloop.
I love you. Did I say that I love you?
No.
I love you.
Okay, great. Yeah. Hey, I was wondering. I'm watching the whole time a picture which thought it was made behind my house. Gems. It's I don't know. Maybe you want to say something, or you rather would stay unmuted or muted behind the picture of trees and the mountains there. I love the picture, so to say. Great.
Sander loves nature.
Yeah, and that, the love for nature is as innocent as the love for a shopping mall. Yeah. Liking nature or liking shopping malls, or
I like a good mixture of both of them.
beautiful. Yeah, that's it. And living your half of your life in the city and loving it very much, and then waking one day and thinking, oh my God, what a terrible place. I moved to nature. It's already just innocently this, and this can just happen. There's no one behind the love for something, or the passion for something, or the hate for something. Hating one day something and loving it the other day, like your wife or your man or your kids, may just simply happen.
Or your porridge.
Or your porridge, or your favorite non-duality speaker, when he suddenly starts saying that cats cannot love a human being, you maybe suddenly there's a not liking this guy anymore. It's so easy, is it? Two
Hey,
wrong,
Lila.
well, two wrong words, and then suddenly, love can turn into hate. And the other way, love can turn into, or hate can turn into love. Can talk just listening to this beautiful music. Okay, Jan.
Sweet.
So anyone have a need to add something? Chris, maybe Tatu, or anyone, Patricia, just throw it out, I would say.
I would like to say something about thoughts.
Thoughts.
Thoughts. Yes, when it's obvious that there's not a me behind the thoughts keep on appearing, and they may be beautiful, so beautiful, without any owner. The thoughts create poetry, trigger words and thoughts fuels each other and build something beautiful by its own.
I like it.
I would say this because thoughts are beautiful also.
Well, the beautiful thing
I
is,
think it's belief that I thought, belief that try to solidify someone and something around, the duality and everything. These thoughts are kind of bounding, but yeah, of course, it's like music too, it can, yeah.
Music.
But
yes,
what are words other than just thoughts as externalized? Words are just thoughts externalized. It's just words are no different than thoughts, only in as
it's like
sound.
rain and wind and,
When it's not heard, it's a thought. When it's inside here, and when it's outside there, so to say, it's just speaking.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difference between words and thoughts.
Yes, I would challenge that though. Because did you ever happen that you thought of something and say, I have to write it down, and it seemed to be genius inside somewhere, and when it tries to be written on the paper, it does. Oh gosh, sorry,
Of
sorry,
course,
I'm sorry.
oh no.
Oh merde.
No excuse, sweetheart.
But at the
I
same
know.
time, is that the proof that it's not thoughts because you lose it? I mean, I can also speak, you know, now and then suddenly I don't know what to say. It's equally, words can also just, I don't know what to say anymore. I forgot it, you know? It's the same with thoughts. You know, suddenly
Yeah.
it just stops. So
But the words, you know, that we say and what seems to be going on, something, it's like it's reducted. It's like reduced to, you know, I don't know. It's not exactly the same.
Sometimes they don't fit exactly. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
difficult. That's
We
the
need so much word to explain something, you know, and
yes, yes.
yeah.
And the good poetry is this, no? Searching and finding the word that evokes the ineffable. And the thoughts are ineffable. And when we try to put in words, what kind of express? And that's
yes, it loses a little bit. It loses something. But that's okay.
well, it's still just
That's
this,
fine.
call it
I
words,
think
call
I
it
was
thoughts.
just speaking about thought of a me. It's only learned in a certain way. You are Sanders. You are 2 years old. You must see. You must that, and it's all a dynamic. It's forced in the children, like you know, this identity. It's necessary, maybe, I don't know. And it's forced, and then it's bound. It bound life, and it's not the truth that it is said. So it's very uncomfortable. That's the only point I wanted to make with the thought, but I don't have nothing against thoughts. They all coming, and you know, it's just maybe belief. Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Okay, sweethearts.
Thank you, Sanders.
Yeah, it was it was nice to chat with you, with everybody. I loved it. It's just what's coming up. I hope
Yeah,
you
love
have a
it too.
beautiful day. Yeah, Rosa. So thank you, everybody. Chris, Gilan, thank you so much for Tatu, Rosa, Tony, Constant, sweetheart, Michael, my brother, Patricia, Gems, AS.
And Xander.
Thank you, Sander.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Love
joining.
you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.